So guys, I'm your host and you're watching Wrestle AI. Let's jump right into today's big wrestling talk. And where else could we start but with the best in the world, CM Punk. So here's the big buzz. CM Punk has been advertised for Night of Champions. Yes, you heard that right. And I had already warned you guys. The moment Punk gets advertised for Saudi shows, controversy is guaranteed. Why? Because CM Punk himself once roasted WWE superstars for going to Saudi Arabia just for money. He even said they're selling their soul to perform there. But now that Punk himself is being advertised, does that mean he's about to prove Seth Rollins right and become the hypocrite he always called out? It seems like the answer could be yes. Recently, CM Punk went live on Instagram, and during the live session, a fan asked him directly, "Do you hate going to Saudi Arabia?" And Punk calmly responded, "I've never been to Saudi. I don't hate going to Saudi." So basically, he's keeping the door open, he's softening his tone, trying to distance himself from the old comments he made. But think about it. This is the same guy who bashed the Saudi events back in 2019. I can't even show you the screenshots here because of the language, but they're still up on Twitter. If you search, you'll find them. So now, when he says he's okay with Saudi shows, it's clear damage control is happening. And all of this just proves Seth Rollins was right all along, that this guy, this particular guy, is a hypocrite. He tried to ruin WWE, he failed, and now he wants to return and act like the good guy? Come on, man. Now that we're talking about CM Punk, let's talk about a dream match fans have been buzzing about for a long time. CM Punk versus AJ Styles. So, during that same Instagram Live, Punk said he wants to face AJ Styles in WWE before they both hit 50. And you know what? I absolutely agree. The clock is ticking, but both guys are still in great shape. Punk believes that if this match happens now, it could still be a great contest. And let's be honest, AJ Styles doesn't even look like he's close to 50. He's still in top form. Fans want this match. Punk wants this match, and I'm willing to bet even AJ Styles wants this match. But the million-dollar question is, does WWE Creative want this? If yes, then down the line, this match could really happen. But right now, honestly, I don't see it in the near future. Let's move on. Still on CM Punk, but this time with John Cena. There's been a lot of buzz lately about a Punk versus Cena match being pitched for Money in the Bank 2025. This would be huge, considering the legendary history they have together in WWE, especially around the Money in the Bank brand. And with Cena making 2025 his final year, it makes sense to give fans a legendary showdown. Punk even teased this on his Instagram story. But hold on, here's the latest. According to PW Insider, Punk versus Cena is not currently in the plans for Money in the Bank. WWE apparently wants to wait for the right moment, and I get it. There's just not enough time left to build this properly. Cena has a match lined up at an upcoming Saturday night's main event, and Punk is also busy with Seth Rollins in another tag match at the same event. After that, there are barely 2 weeks before Money in the Bank. And with such a rich history between Cena and Punk, you can't just rush the story in 2 weeks. This kind of match deserves a long-term, meaningful build-up. So sadly, it's not happening at MITB. But don't worry, the match could still happen later this year. So then the question is, what match will John Cena be part of at Money in the Bank 2025? Here's the update. PW Insider is reporting that there have been pitches within WWE Creative for Cena to team up with Travis Scott in either a tag match or a 6-man tag match at Money in the Bank. Yeah, you heard that right. Travis Scott and John Cena possibly teaming up. It sounds wild, but also interesting. If it's a 6-man tag match, we might even see The Rock joining them as the third partner. And if that happens, it's going to be absolutely massive. Now, who could they face? Some people think maybe Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes could be on the other side, and if that's the case, it's going to be one unpredictable showdown. But again, There's very little time to build all this before Money in the Bank, so let's wait and see how WWE handles it. Personally, I have no issues seeing Travis and Cena team up, as long as it's a fun match, with no titles involved, and it feels unpredictable. I'm in. Let's talk about one of the hottest rumors going around, the Goldberg comeback. Yes, you heard that right. There's been a lot of buzz recently about Goldberg potentially making his return to WWE, and not just for any random appearance. We're talking about a massive match against Gunther, possibly at SummerSlam 2025. So what exactly sparked these rumors? Recently, Game Playground posted a graphic on Instagram featuring Goldberg versus Gunther. Now here's the interesting part. Goldberg himself commented on the post, writing just one word: interesting. Now, if Goldberg is publicly reacting to a fantasy match graphic and calling it interesting, that's a huge tease. And knowing how WWE works, they don't let teases like this just sit around. There are also backstage reports saying Goldberg is actively training, even recovering from knee surgery, and getting physically ready for an in-ring return. The seeds were already planted back at WWE Bad Blood, and WWE might just be saving his return for a big moment. Gunther will face Jey Uso on Raw, specifically the June 9th episode, which is the post-Money in the Bank edition. That could be the perfect place to insert Goldberg into the storyline. Here are the top possibilities. Goldberg confronts Gunther at Night of Champions, or WWE builds toward Goldberg, versus Gunther for SummerSlam. Heck, maybe we'll get two matches, one at Night of Champions and a rematch at SummerSlam. Nothing is official yet, but the fact that Goldberg himself is teasing it, that's more than enough to keep our hopes high. All signs point to Goldberg targeting Gunther, and to quote Goldberg himself, "You're next." Now let's move on to another highly anticipated clash that WWE is possibly setting up for SummerSlam, Randy Orton versus General Manager Nick Aldis. Yes, there's been a lot of tension between these two lately. Remember back at WrestleMania, Orton was supposed to face Kevin Owens, but plans got shuffled. Then at Backlash, when R-Truth accidentally cost Orton the match, and John Cena retained the world title, things got heated. Orton, in classic Viper fashion, snapped. He RKO'd every official in sight, and yes, Nick Aldis was one of the victims. This was no accident, it was storytelling. Now, WrestleVotes has reported that WWE might be building toward an actual match between Randy Orton and Nick Aldis at SummerSlam 2025. And think about it. Aldis is not just a GM, he's also a former champion and a capable wrestler. If Orton keeps attacking authority figures, WWE may suspend him within storyline, making the build-up even more intense. A one-off match between the Enforcer and the Authority sounds like classic WWE booking, and it could be a show stealer if done right. So keep an eye out. This match is very likely for the biggest party of the summer. Let's talk about something that's confusing everyone, the WWE Draft. We've heard so many different rumors lately. Is it happening in May? Is it postponed to August? Or is it being scrapped entirely? Well, according to WrestleVotes, the WWE Draft is expected to take place before SummerSlam, which, as we know, is scheduled for August. There were earlier reports claiming it would happen at the end of May, but nothing's been confirmed. Here's the thing. WWE's brand split has been very inconsistent over the last year. Superstars jump between Raw and SmackDown all the time. So the question is, what's even the point of a draft if brand lines don't matter anymore? Unless WWE brings in a serious brand split again, or a new concept altogether, doing the draft just for hype doesn't make sense. Plus, with so many PLEs lined up, Night of Champions, Money in the Bank, and SummerSlam, things are already crowded. Throwing a draft into this mix could just make things messier. So in my opinion, maybe skip it this year. But if it does happen, expect it sometime after WWE returns from Saudi Arabia and before SummerSlam. All right, guys, let's wrap up with a funny story from WrestleMania 41. So, Dominic Mysterio recently became the Intercontinental Champion, but what's gone viral isn't the match. It's what happened after the match. A fan-captured video from a different angle started trending on Twitter. And in this video, the cameraman hilariously zooms in on Finn Bálor's face for almost 25 full seconds. Why? Because they're showing the loser's face. Like, here's the guy who lost the title. It was so awkward and funny, even Finn Bálor probably had to stop himself from laughing. This one went viral fast. Nearly 500K views in a few hours, and climbing toward 1 million soon. Multiple wrestling pages are sharing it, and fans can't stop laughing at how long the cameraman kept the zoom going. So guys, that wraps up today's episode of Wrestle AI. Let me know in the comments. Do you think CM Punk is actually going to Saudi Arabia? Do you want Cena versus Punk? Or Cena teaming with Travis Scott? I'll catch you in the next one. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Wrestle AI, and hit that bell icon so you never miss another wrestling update. Peace out, wrestling fans.